Hey everybody, it's me, Free. I haven't been on in a while, but I have some time today, so I thought I'd sit down and do, I guess, kind of tap into the creative side of my mind versus the 9 to 5 Monday through Friday business aspect point of me. But, been going through a lot of good changes lately in the last few years of my life, to be honest, and, it's a good it has been a good turning point for me. But I want to touch and talk on relationships, what you learn from them if they don't work, how you can improve them, make them last, make them matter, and make it a good experience. So I'm speaking from my personal experiences, but I've always had a trust issue for as long as I can remember, and not just with relationships but with people. So I've struggled with this my whole life. I was introduced to mistrust at a very, very young age on a very serious level. So I've dragged that through my life. It's affected friendships, relationships, partnerships, and things like that. But the truth of the matter is, people lie a lot. People, it's hard to find somebody you can trust anymore, or that's honest, or really has their good and your best intentions at hand for them. So trust was the major thing that I struggled with in all of my relationships, and I knew this. I didn't admit it for a very long time. I think in my late 20s I started admitting, hey, I really have a trust issue, and I started being open about that with the people I was with. So let's say mid to late 20s I started. Anybody I was with from that point forward knew in the beginning that I had a trust issue. When we started to date or went into a relationship, it was something I put on the table. Most of those people were like, hey, I understand, we're gonna work together, da da da. Or some people didn't have anything to say at all. The last relationship I had really, if you know me, you know that after each relationship I really I reflect on it. I try to figure out what went wrong, what could I do to avoid that from happening, what could I do better next time, what did I learn from this to make me better and stronger, and I carry that with me, you know. This was the first year or time that I've ever taken the responsibility to not just point fingers and blame another person for why it failed, but to also really reflect within myself as to what is it about me that I can improve on. If I was another person and I was with me, what are the things that would bother me about me? What are the things that I can really critique myself on, so to speak, or acknowledge about myself, things that I might not want to admit, that might be kind of nasty or unsettling about myself when it comes to relationships, that I may have kind of put off in the corner, you know, for a long time. So this time around I'm really very, and it's a brutal process, because I am ultimately saying, Free, this is really fucked up about you. You need to get it together, you know. So for example, I tend to jump to the negative conclusion all the time. So let's say I'm with somebody, and because I've been cheated on in the past so much, and because I've had this trust issue my whole life, if something doesn't feel right to me, if my girl hasn't been answering her phone, or all of a sudden her pattern changes, my first intuition is that she's cheating. Who are you with? What are you doing? Things are changing. You're not connecting with me. Something's changing. Usually I'm right, but I'm trying to get out of the habit of automatically feeling that something negative is going on if something is rubbing me the wrong way. I'm learning to come out of that bubble where I get defensive automatically, and I'm learning to come out of that bubble in the way that I think, and learning to respond differently. So for example, I've been seeing somebody, she's awesome, and something I'm learning from her is that patience plays a big part in our insecurities as far as like my trust issues. You really have to have somebody by your side that doesn't just understand that you have that issue, but that recognizes the things that would make you feel that way. So she is the first person I've ever met in my whole life who not only acknowledges that I have a trust issue, but understands why, and plays her part in making sure that nothing happens on her end to make me feel distrusted. It really is a two-way street. So if I'm with you, I'm dating you, and I'm like, hey, I have a trust issue. You hear me, but do you understand what I'm saying? I need you to do to help me get over this. So I'm like bleeding open to the public right now because I'm saying I have this fucked up trust issue. There are things about me that I need to work on to get that resolved. Having somebody by your side that is patient with you and just helps you outgrow that shackle is amazing, and it really is the key element, you know, to overcoming your, like, the negative things about yourself that you want to work on, but you're having issues with coming through those barriers by yourself. Like, to have somebody that really, really genuinely understands that, and that really, really genuinely takes the time to observe, understand, respond positively, and to help you through that. I'm so thankful. So I'm working on those because I'm tired of making the same mistakes. I'm tired of going through the same situations. I want to be happy, and I deserve to be, and I think everybody does. So what I'm saying to you, my point of this video is that a lot of times we're always blaming other people for the reason why relationships don't work. And don't get me wrong, we all play a factor into why something doesn't work. Something doesn't just not work for one way. There's something that everybody could have done better or different or more effectively or efficiently in the past to save a relationship or to keep it from going down a really bad road. So my message to you guys today is not just to realize the things that you contribute to a failed relationship, but to recognize how you can improve those things in yourself. Own your mistakes. You feel me? I say this all the time to the world, like, own what you do, own what you do. But I take a step back and say, shit, do I do the same? Do I own up to the things that to my elements that contribute to my failed relationships? Cheating is often involved, not me, the other person, but I'm not saying that I made them cheat, but was it about me that made them feel that they had to go elsewhere to get what they wanted in a mental or physical way? And I had to kind of step outside of myself and look at me and say, damn, you know, there are some things that I can improve about myself. I'm not always right. I'm not always perfect. What can I do to make my next experience in a relationship the last one that I'll ever have? So, you know, people always look at me, oh, why are you single? Why are you single? And I'm just like, oh, I don't know. But the truth of the matter is I have found out by doing some really deep digging within myself and owning up to the parts of me that make it a relationship with me less than pleasant. I am a no-nonsense type of person, but there's also things about the way I deliver, the way I feel that I can change. You know. So I challenge all of you, if you're going through something in a relationship, or if you're wanting to work on being a better person for the next relationship, I really want to challenge you to look at yourself and really you know, kind of dissect yourself and own the things about you that are not pleasant for another person to experience in a relationship or friendship, a partnership, and work on improving the negative things about you. Like, whether it's, you know, you might have a couple, one of them works, one of them doesn't. So the one that doesn't work is always cleaning. The one that does work is probably tired of working. I'm tired of being the only one working. You need to help. 2 incomes is better than 1. In reality, yes, you're right in a sense. You're working. You're 2 adults. There should be 2 of you working. But instead of making your partner feel like they're less than a woman because they don't work, why don't you encourage them and empower them to want to build towards your empire? There are different ways to deliver the ways that you feel in order to make things work. So that's my challenge to you, and I hope everybody is enjoying this beautiful Sunday. Thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night.